worrying, if you start feeling uncomfortable and it feels like you're juggling. Do I close it? Do I hold it? Do I move my stop? Do I move my stop back? Did I move it too soon? As soon as your mind enters that, at that very moment, you have lost the plot. You must take half the trade off. But Michael, what if your self doubt isn't a bad thing? It's just the fact that you have grown in your understanding and your experience, and you've been here before, and the trader in you is trying to listen to the analyst that's warning you, hey, we're in troubled waters. SOPs, okay? Standard operating procedure says when the shit starts to get deep, take something off. How much, ICT? Half. You're divorcing the trade, but you're getting something out of it. A runner's still there, but you're getting half off. Now you've banked half. If it comes back against you and stopped you out at your trailed stop loss, or if you were fickle about doing anything, just keeping your stop at original, it won't take you to a loss. You're not worrying about it. But if you wrestle with that and you're in that troubled water area where you're thinking about being right, you have lost the plot about the trade. You don't know you won't be able to realign yourself. And anybody that says, well, you can just, take a step out, get a cigarette break, go get a shot of liquid courage, go to the gym and just submit to it, see whatever happens. What's going to happen is you're going to stress. And that stressful endeavor that you're placing yourself through, you're teaching yourself to be fearful. And it's unnecessary. You don't need to do that. The way you master yourself, the way you conquer yourself, concerns about being right. You remove risk because that's the underlying thing. See, it's not a matter of, can it get to my target? Of course it could. It could go way beyond what you were targeting. And it could come back on your stop. And it could just consolidate where it's at. All those things are possible. But when the mind starts getting bogged down with the concerns of needing to be right, because you will punish yourself mentally if you do anything that leads to either stopped out or not getting to target. Because at that moment, here's what you don't realize, and this is what you need to be writing down in your journal. As soon as you get to that point where you're in troubled waters, and you're now taking more attention to, what do I do? What do I do? If you're asking yourself, what do I do? And it's becoming physical, like your breathing increases, the rate of your inhalations. Maybe you're getting heart palpitations, feeling dizzy, feeling anxious, feeling nervous. The answer to that is take half off. And what that does, it allows your mind to reset. You've paid yourself. Who cares if it comes back and stops you out? Who cares if it fails to get to your target? You paid yourself. The analyst is inside of you, maybe picking up on things that you've learned, but you're not registering that because you're not able to see growth like that initially until you go through these experiments of putting the task, submitting to the process, and then getting out there and seeing how you deal with it. And the analyst inside of you that's seen these things before is trying to tell you, hey, you're not ready for this. It might go there. Yes, it might go to your full target. Absolutely. But right now, here's the standard operating procedure. As soon as we start getting nervous and we lose sight of the plot, the way we regain that clarity, take half of the position off. Okay, Michael, what happens if I am only holding one contract and there's no way for me to take a partial off? You close the trade. That's it. But what if it turns against you? How are you going to deal with that? You're going to beat yourself up. You know you will. And to sit here and lie and say that you wouldn't, you're fooling no one. First and foremost, you're not fooling yourself. You have to guard your mind. You have to preserve that clarity. Once you gain it and you desensitize yourself to the outcome, you're not pursuing right. You're pursuing following your model. Those rules, if they're sound in their logic, they will preserve you if you're able to listen to the analyst in you. But if that analyst is trying to warn you, listen, buddy, you got out of the chair and the gambler has slip seated with you. You think you're driving, but you're not. You're riding shotgun with Retail Rick. And he's had a little too much to drink on St. Patty's Day. And it looks like he's aiming for the next fucking tree. So what are you going to do? Ask for the keys. You got to take that wheel back. How does that happen? Take half the trade off. And if you can't take a half, then you close the trade. And then you congratulate yourself. You give yourself positive self-talk that you identified that you were in troubled waters. You lost sight of what you were doing, and now it became an emotional roller coaster.